This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good.
Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh,
good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome in, everybody. Ooh, we got so much to talk about with part 2 of this reunion. I watched it. Let me tell you something. This is ridiculous. I mean, just where do I begin? Let me. First of all, hi. I hope you are having a wonderful Monday. Let me just start there. And let me get my clips up because there was a lot that went down. Apparently, fights are still happening with some of the cast. This is just... You know the amazing thing about reality television? You know, the words Karen Huger, I'm only joking what you get, right? So it is what it is. So with that being said, let's see here. Hey, Positive, good to see you. How are you? By the way, Positive Crash Outs Vlogs is a content creator. Shout out to her. Like, comment, share, subscribe to her. Glad to have you here. I love the emojis. Thank you for that, beautiful. With that being said, everybody, Higher is waiting. Low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Ooh, Lordy. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear the virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Let's get to this thing. There really was a lot. I took my thorough notes. So we start off with Angela, right? Angela said that Phaedra wants to secure her spot. Now, hang on a second, Angela. Listen, I know that you are the wife of Charles, right? Charles Oakley. I was looking at Charles Barkley from Inside the NBA. By the way, shout out to Inside the NBA. But Charles Oakley. But Phaedra, she's a legend in the world of Bravo. Like, when she was not on Roa, people were still asking for her on Roa. This your first season, okay? So I'm sorry. I love you and Charles, but I gotta disagree with you there. I do. And then, Angela brought up a good point to Porsha of why would you ride so hard for Phaedra, especially with a lie that almost got you in trouble. Now, Porsha, listen, I have to give it to Angela there because she's right. Because honestly, like, that was very detrimental to Candy. And that could end Candy's career. So Angela was right on that. And the fact that Porsha did not have a response to that, right? That says a lot. So it's like, okay, so it's cool for you to ride for Phaedra, but it ain't cool for me to speak out on the quiet part out loud that this is some bullshit. And I fully agree with her. Fully agree. So Shamea said, this would be bogus for Angela to set herself up. I will agree with that. Phaedra met Charles 10 years ago. Here's the thing, right? I could have met Beyonce, but that doesn't mean I know her. Like, come on now. And 10 years ago, there's a lot that can happen in 10 years, okay? Then there's a bit of a back and forth between those two. So Phaedra calls her brother. Jaquise gets called, and he's like, well, I'm friends with 1,000,001 people on Facebook, so it could have been anybody. And, I do sense that the possibility could be there because Angela found a connection, but that doesn't mean there's no, ace in the hole, right? That doesn't mean that, it's a smoking pal. That doesn't mean, send in the cavalry and come get Phaedra. No, I don't think it's that at all. But hey, this show has had its series of lies before, so anything is possible. So Angela needs water. Kelli needs champagne. Kelli, you need water. You don't need champagne. Okay. And before anybody says, well, you said she got to drink it, no, I am not. Okay? Because listen, we did not see everything of this reunion. They started this reunion at 6:30 in the morning at Assembly Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. They probably did not end until 6:30 p.m. that day. Okay, so there's a lot that we did not see. Okay, 12 hours is a good day, 14 hours is a bad day. But anyway, I'm like, why would you want champagne right now? Where it's like, you need to be coherent for this. This is your first reunion. You need to be coherent. Wait till 5 seasons in, then you can get some champagne. But you need to be coherent because you got some ish too in your closet, Kelli. Okay. So there was apparently a Hogs game. Now, the only Hogs I know are the Arkansas Razorbacks, right? So the Hogs. But I don't think that Angela and, Phaedra know about Arkansas. I don't. I feel like they would know it based on, their agent telling them, hey, you got to go to Arkansas. Okay, so where's Arkansas and what are they about and what's some things that I can know so I can engage with my audience? It's like Arkansas is that type of state for them. I don't think they actually know where Arkansas is. Listen, y'all know Atlanta. You don't know everywhere else, okay? But then again, I'm only judging what y'all have given us, okay? So listen, don't at me. But apparently, somebody came up to Angela and said, I'm the one with hands. And Andy Cohen. See, this is why sometimes having a black host is important. Andy was like, what do you mean I'm the one with hands? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for those hands to come out. Hands, come on out here. What the fuck? Oh, no, okay, I get, oh. And you, well, you asked what we're here. I asked what we're here. I ain't been here to be all my races, but my jaw's fucked up, right? Brandon, can you go? Andy, yes, I'll host it. Hey, everybody. So Andy didn't know what the one with hands was about, so we had to put hands on him so he can get the black reference. Okay, so Andy will be in surgery. I'm gonna take over. Yeah, this a lot. Now I just want to make sure that we all have the mindset, okay, that this is that we live in a time period where we operate from a space of being in 365 days a year. Anybody here believe that there are not 365 days in a year? Porsha, why are you looking at me like that? Braylon, shut your ass up. Well, I'm just asking a question, Porsha. Listen, I'm not saying that you don't believe in 365 days a year, but obviously you want to chime in. Well, first of all, that was years ago. Did you say it? Yes. Okay, then I can still say it. Moving on. I promise you, Bravo will be sick of me. They're like, Braylon, we can't have you host again. Here it is. Half of the executives like, we can't have you host again. You did that definition of responsibility and you mentally mollywopped everybody on that stage. The other side of the executive table is like, well, actually, I've looked at the social media numbers and the comments. We're going to have to just put Braylon on as permanent host of Row. Permanent reunion host of Row, that is, because Braylon gives no fucks. And he always is dancing around shit. So, no, Braylon said what needed to be said, and we're going to pay him $10 million a year. I will see y'all at the next reunion. Moving on. I just thought that was funny with Andy. Like, what does it mean, the one with hands? It's like, Lord Jesus Christ. See, you could tell he's never been anywhere where it was cookout. Oh my gosh, he about to whoop that ass with those hands, huh? Move out the way, Andy, before your ass gets pounded where you can't get back up. I feel like Andy is there to bring out the quiet part out loud. So he's like the mainstream audience, like, what are these black terms that we don't know? And then the black women are the experts to fill in the gaps. Anyway, Drew feels that Marcus was scared. Now listen, I know that Phaedra is a mortician, but I really don't think Phaedra would handle somebody to keep them shut. Okay, now she was on Traders, where they do delete people. These are fake deletions, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so just want to put that out there. Okay, I'm sure, when people, got deleted from Traders, I'm sure Phaedra wasn't like, oh yeah, you see the discoloration in their skin there? Yeah, that's really bad. I'm sure she did not do that. Cynthia still doesn't know who did it. Angela feels that, they all have issues, but we can move forward. And you know what? I will give a hand clap for that. I'll give a hand clap for that, right? You can have issues, but the issues should not determine your movement, right? So Kelli said, Kelli says, I I have been you to Angela, right? That, you know, in that situation of this weird spot of, you know, being divorced and coming off of that, all that stuff. It's just like, you know, everybody's been somebody, Kelly, at this point. Okay, we all were somebody yesterday. We're all gonna be somebody today. We're gonna be somebody tomorrow. Okay, so please, no. And somebody didn't believe that Angela was 43 years old, so she actually brought her birth certificate with the little feet on it. Okay, and Phaedra said that you're the oldest young-looking person that I've seen. I'm just like, wow. Okay, then. I mean, y'all look good. I mean, if I had to say who I would actually do, can we talk? Cynthia Bailey could ride it and jump on it. Okay, Cynthia Bailey can get. She's a gorgeous woman. Okay, listen, she can get it. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. And you know, Drew, I feel like Drew's a closet freak. So Drew Sidor and Cynthia Bailey for me. Okay, just say. But moving on. So you can be menopausal at 36 years old. Did not know that. So Angela's gonna have a Fangie line because you know she always does her fans and everything. So good for her. Angela's daughter is gay, and you know Angela knew. And by the way, shout out to Angela and to all the parents that are accepting their kids where they are. And listen, I know that on the conservative side, it's like, don't tell kids what they should or should not be. I do declare that a man is a man, a woman is a woman. Well, actually, if you watch the Principles of Pleasure, there's one thing that splits men and women. One split makes a vag, the other one makes a dog. Okay. Learn some sexual education. But sincerely, I feel like this. If that is your kid, you're supposed to love your kid. And kids already have a hard life as is. They don't need to see their parent as their enemy. Because you know what ends up happening? When they get to be 18, kids got their own rights too. Okay? That's why some of you parents, okay, out there, when your kids are finally grown, successful, and everything else, they treat everybody else with respect except you. You forget respect is a two-way street. If you ain't giving no respect, why the hell do you think your kids are going to give you respect? I'm just keeping it a buck. Moving on. Noelle is fluid, so that's Cynthia's daughter. And Angela lost her mom, so prayers up to you. You know, losing your mom is something that you really never get over. You know, I feel like, you know, you can lose. You can lose your brother, your sister. That's hard. But when you lose your mom and your dad, the people that have raised you, invested in you, and have caught you in the bad times and held you up, and celebrate you in the good times, that's difficult because that's how you got here, right? So prayers up to Angela. I really felt bad for her on that. Drew did not have Angela's back during, you know, the finale and this, that, and the third. And so Drew said that, you know, I do apologize. And this is the thing, right? It is one thing for you to have peace for yourself, but also too, even though you're trying to have peace, you can still stand up for yourself and still have peace. Like, hey, listen, I think that this ain't right. This ain't cool, and then you can have peace. But hey, to each their own too, right? Because everybody has a different tolerance level for their mental health, right? So that's just me. Shamea then asked Drew that, you know, so you can have the right not to support, you know, Angela, but when it came to me and Porsha, you picked it apart. Now, Shamea, question. Who is Porsha's best friend? Is it Drew or is it you? Who was the storyline all season, right? Was it Drew and Porsha, or was it Shamea and Porsha? I'm just asking questions. And not to mention, too, it's just like, you have talked about Porsha to other people all season long. Like, I don't watch this show on a regular basis. The only reason why I watch it is for y'all. Because I love y'all and y'all love me. We one big happy family. You understand? Shout out to Barney. But sincerely, like, from the naked eye, if you keep talking about your best friend to other people, you don't think that's not going to get back to your best friend? Sincerely, you really don't think that that's not going to get back to your best friend somehow? I just don't get it. I truly don't. Because the thing with me is, the more you allow, right, something to fester, the higher the fire is going to be. At some point in time, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough fire hoses to do it. So you thought, okay, I'll make a fire here, right? And, you let it burn. And then you will add some lighter fluid. You let it burn. And everything in between. And you can get mad, right, at a fire that you caused. You can't. You can't get mad at a fire that you caused. Because you did talk about Porsha all season, right? So it is what it is. So after that, we talked to Phaedra about Married to Medicine, that, she didn't have nothing to give and she was originally a housewife. And Kelli embraces her nickname of, if a Garnome and Tinkerbell came together. I will say Phaedra has a way with words. Phaedra is one of those people where if she gave you a nickname, you will feel honored because, like, she is taking time out to, like, get to know you and stuff. But also, too, it's like, what's the nickname, though? Because if it's a nickname that I don't like, that I'm going to feel away. It's almost like Steve Harvey roasting you on Family Feud. It's like, damn, I got roasted by Steve Harvey on Family Feud. But then it's like, wait, I actually got roasted by Steve Harvey on Family Feud. This ain't going to look good for me. I'm going to be a joke on YouTube. But if you know how to take lemons and make lemonade, it ain't bad being on Family Feud with Steve Harvey. But anyway, so after all that, Phaedra was a big sis to Britt because, Britt was self-sabotaging a little bit. And Porsha said, I've never seen a housewife do that on camera. And, listen, I guess Porsha has grown somewhat to recognize that, hey, listen, we all have shortcomings and we all make mistakes and no one is perfect. I'm guessing, she's in her Grinch phase. Her heart hasn't grown 3 sizes yet, but it's on the way, though. It's on the way. Oh, my Lord. So Shamea did the same thing off camera. And Kelli said she tried as well. And Shamea tried to defend Phaedra. And so Britt was trying to talk about Phaedra in a bad light, this, that, and the third. And this is the thing, right, that I loved about what Phaedra said. Phaedra really was about, you have to get to know people for who they are, right? And there's been a lot of friendships in this group that has broken down over one experience, right? And, I know Phaedra can be a lot. But, Phaedra is almost like, what's a good place that you go to eat? It's almost like going to your local Mexican restaurant. And when the flavors are hitting that margarita is in, you're like, you know what? Fuck everything. I am fine. Wherever's happening in my life, I am fine. So, Phaedra's right in some cases. Not all the time. Okay, all these women are flawed in some capacity. All these women are not that bad in some capacity either, right? It fluctuates, right? So, so when it came to a question, I think it was from the viewer, and they asked, how come you have love, grace, and space for Phaedra, but you don't have love, grace, and space for Shamea? And Porsha said that it was time and a conversation that happened for Porsha and Phaedra. And I can agree with that. And Porsha was very earnest and said that that doesn't mean it can't happen for her and Shamea. And I will say, Porsha seemed like she was open-minded to fixing things in this reunion. I will definitely say that. It shocked me because I'm just like, not Phaedra, not Porsha. Right? Been a long day. Not Porsha, who, she, was territorial over Dennis being this understanding. Not her. I was flabbergasted. But I'm like, hey, give credit where credit's due. So then Shamea said, you never addressed me about the allegations that were against Shamea, because Phaedra said that, Shamea was a pass around, in so many words. And so Angela said that Shamea brought up and pampered that Porsha. And Cynthia said, don't mask things that are important to you and belittle them when they are still big to you. And so apology was accepted. So then there's a 45-minute lunch. Shamea says she's going to be heard when she gets back out there. Charles is in the building. Dennis is there. Shamea and Kelli talk about Britt, that she did all this drama. She's not there. And they talk about Porsha too, shaking her foot. Then Angela comes through and talks about what's going on. And then Ralph is there. That's it. None else needs to be said, So then after that, we get back from the 45-minute lunch. 2 statements from Kenya and Britt. Kenya says she was sorry for, what happened and everything else, And Britt says that from her IG story that we all saw, that the woman in the photo was not her, right? And Shamea said it was different than what the narrative was, and no one felt that Kenya was shading Britt. Now, here's the thing, right? I feel like maybe because the ladies understand Kenya, they can give love, grace, and space to Kenya. But from the outside looking in, if you are asking a woman if that is her second ring, and she's already told you twice that that is her ring and she's married, move the fuck on. Like, what the hell? Is that your Rolls Royce? No, I borrowed it. But what if you keep asking a question about something that somebody's already asked? It's gonna look like you're stupid from the outside looking in. Okay. So Cynthia is never gonna compromise on her stance, right? And that Britt should never brought up the pal. And Britt, acknowledged that. Here's the thing, right? Kenya was wrong. Dead wrong. Whether it was Britt or somebody else, she was dead wrong for what she did. She did revenge pee on national television, right? And my thing is this. You cannot, and I've said this before, you cannot ask for construction when you cause destruction. She did that to herself. Nobody on that cast told her that she had to do any of that, right? And it is what it is. Like, I remember, because we were here live on tour, and my Lord, that live was a live. It was like, I think that live had 8,300 views, because I did the announcement on Kenya Moore. Then it came out to be a 1-minute, 50-second clip. Everybody was pissed. I mean, everybody. And then, of course, the confessions came out, all that stuff. And we were up here for some time talking about, and how, there were people that were side with Britt, there were people that were side with Kenya. But the majority really was like, no, Kenya fucked up. And she did. And the thing that I would say to Team Twirl is this. Would you accept somebody doing to you what Kenya did to Britt in your own life? Or to anybody else that you know? And in addition to that, imagine if that happens to Brooklyn. Not wishing out Brooklyn, obviously, okay? But we got to recognize here that sometimes the sins of the parents fall to the children. If you want it done to Brooklyn, you should not have done that to Britt. Point blank in the period. There's no excusing that. And, this is the thing, too, that really bothered my mind. when it came to Team Twirl and what they said. Because I remember I was in Diana Rose's chat, and there was some Team Twirl member that has went back to their decrepit place in hell, never to be seen again. And I said, what if this turns out to be true? Well, I would still stand by everything. You do realize you stand by Kenya Moore don't mean shit. Because she would not give a fuck about any of her Team Twirl members. If they were on fire, she could piss on y'all to save y'all life and put the fire out. She would not do it. She does not care about y'all. At all. At all. At all. I'm just like, listen, if you're so far deep into a fandom where you will accept behavior that is downright detrimental, bad, and tragic, you have fucked up. You've lost the plot, and you deserve for your character to be eliminated from the play in the most disrespectful fashion. You do. Because there ain't no way in hell you're going to sit here and tell me that what Kenya Moore did, you will accept in your life. For it to happen to you or somebody you know. There ain't no way in hell you're going to sit up here in my face and say that. Now, you can be Team Twirl all you want, but you're going to at least be real with me. You can play stupid on somebody else's chair, but you ain't going to be stupid here, okay? So, with that being said, Porsha said that Kenya got some info from someone on the show, and Drew sent her some information. And Drew is like, lies. Those are lies. I didn't do anything. And Porsha has some emotion here. She says she was sad and pissed at Kenya. Not pissed. Oh my Lord. She was pissed. She was pissed. I'm like, wow. Wow. So you were pissed at Kenya for doing what she did, but you don't feel like you did too much to Drew Sidora all season? Because you were very territorial over Dennis over doing music. Like, you know, when they go to the Grammy Awards and they say that, you know, the producer of the year has worked with this person, that person, like, just say you're very territorial and you don't know how to share and you're selfish. Just say that, Porsha. It's okay. I mean, at least people respect you for it, but you did too much. You can't do one thing but not recognize the fault of the other thing you did. So Kenya has stopped taking Cynthia's calls. Here's the thing, right? Cynthia Bailey seems like a lovely woman. That she's about right is right, wrong is wrong, and as long as you invest in her good, she'll invest in you good. Cynthia, not everybody needs to be in your life, child. Because let me tell you something. If Kenya Moore's an option for a friend, child, you might as well stay in your peace. Sincerely, you might as well stay in your peace. If Kenya Moore's an option for a friend, you might as well stay in your peace. If Kenya Moore's an option for a friend, you might as well stay in your peace. Because in the words of Marcel Scott, who should never be quoted for shit, but I will quote him now, it's not the fact that you did to me, it's the fact that you could do it to me. That was one of the smartest things he's ever said. Now, besides that, he's dumb as shit. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But sincerely, why mollywop for somebody who ain't mollywopping for you? Kenya got upset that her friends have morals and values and a compass that she does not have. That's not their problem. Like, it is what it is. So then we get to Shamea. Shamea was upset about Britt and speaking about her kids and everything else. I did feel like that was low. That was very, very low. Shiloh is speaking and hearing better. She got tubes in her ears. And there's a new surrogate for Shamea having a boy. And there is no mandate. If they can't have it, that doesn't mean Gerald's going to leave her. And that, Shamea doesn't mind cheering for people on the background. Listen, I don't mind cheering for people in the background who deserve to be cheered for. Because not everybody deserves your love, your support, and your investment in life. They don't, not everybody. And so there was some 5 languages confusion because Shamea thought that Drew spoke 5 different actual languages, but it was 5 love languages, And I will say, from the outside looking in, I mean, if you know, but if you don't, you don't. So from the naked eye, they're gonna be like, oh, she speaks 5 actual languages. So, Drew, is having a hard time putting on a showcase allegedly from Shamea. And then there's like a fake bag for $130 from this designer, but the designer actually came out and said that's from her, collection. And it's like, Shamea, stop. Just stop. Like, just because you are getting dragged doesn't mean you get to drag other people. Okay? And besides, if it's a $130 bag, like, there was a point in time when you were not able to have a Sterling Hall as a home. Don't be that high-minded, okay? Please don't. Because I said to all my friends, listen, I'm going to be that friend to call your ass out, okay? Don't you ever think in your past, present, or afterlife that you and me are going to be friends. And we go with somebody's home that, it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and you're like, this is all they could afford? Motherfucker, there was a point in time you were in an apartment, all you could do is fried cheese, bologna, and French's mustard. Shut the fuck up. I will be that friend, okay? Because if you get too high in the clouds and you forgot that you had to use the ground to get into the sky, your ass will lose your sense of direction. You'll crash your plane of all the blessings that you worked hard for. No. Everybody who was on the hill was at the bottom of the hill at one point in time. Okay? All right? Moving on. Ain't no damn sense gonna call somebody out for a $130 bag. Okay. What the hell? I'm sorry. Shamea, I'd rather have a friend with a $130 bag than somebody who committed revenge P on national television. Far be it for me to give an opinion, but since your ass and since y'all asses are on TV, we get to talk about you. That was a dumbass point. Just a dumb-ass, minute, unnecessary point of bringing up a fake bag. Okay? Like, sincerely. Really? Like, you know what? This is not an iPhone. It's a Samsung A15. But you know what? It can call people. It can text people. See, that's how you know Shamea is far gone mentally with what she believes is valuable. Because here's the thing, right? Y'all remember when Toya from Married to Medicine said that her having a Birkin bag or getting a Birkin bag was harder than her having her own kids? She said that on national television. Now, God forbid if a man said, you know what, listen, getting Jordans was harder than raising my kids. Oh, y'all would drag that man all the way to the highest point of the sun and then dropped him down through Hades' asshole, never to return again. I was so pissed. I'm just like, really? A Birkin bag is harder than having kids when there are women who can't get pregnant? Toya? Be lucky I wasn't the host of that reunion because I would have brought it up. And she would not have liked me. And guess what? Her husband would not have been able to say shit to me. Your wife said that dumb shit about your kids. So really, don't get mad at me. Get mad at your dumbass wife who thought a Birkin bag was more important than her children. And you would think, and then I'm going to move on because there's more here. More after show. You would think after everything that has happened with her children that she would not give 2 fucks about a $130 bag. You would think. You would think. So apparently Shamea is the Toya of Atlanta. Moving on. I can't. So Britt was malicious about the text messages. You remember the text messages that Britt saw of Porsha and Shamea's conversation. Apparently it was from a therapist Kelli did not see any text from Shamea. Drew said Shamea was hurt about not being celebrated, and Shamea lied and said that actually we just didn't get a chance to celebrate. And so, she went on Candy's show and, said that Porsha didn't call, all that stuff. And there's some confusion about the wedding, that, Porsha didn't show up, but at the time that they were beefing and this, that, and the third. And there was a live smear campaign. And apparently it was a plan and a scheme to sabotage, Porsha with the fans. So I have to do this clip. And I have to do this clip. I just have to. I have no other choice in the matter. I have no other choice in the matter. All right, here we go. Now, honestly, you know who we need to give us some context, conjecture, and connection to how this scheme came out to be? I'm going to have to bring in a family member for this one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I never got no picture. I'm telling you a story, Mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit.
I never got no picture. I'm telling you a story, Mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit.
I never got no picture. I'm telling you a story, Mama.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit.
So basically what Bertha was saying is that Porsha could have had a private Telegram group that Shamea could have had a private WhatsApp group chat or Telegram group chat or whatever group chat app that she could have had to set up a scheme to come to Porsha with the bullshit about this alliance. Meanwhile, they're defaming her behind the scenes. So that's what Bertha is saying. Shout out to Bertha. Anyway, roll it on. So apparently there was a condition with Porsha. And I don't know who this friend was. Okay, apparently she was Candy's friend. But she said that, Porsha can't hold her legs down for a long period of time because she always has her legs up in the air. Like, oh my God. And all I could think of was close your legs to married men from the And Kelli just asked the question of, could you not sit in the back of the plane if you need to get out? And Porsha was like, don't laugh at that. And Kelli was like, I'm not trying to laugh at that. I'm sorry. If I was on that couch, and I'm just like, well, if the men were out during that segment, and I happen to be a friend of Drew's or somebody, and Andy was like, well, what are you thinking about that, Britt? Well, I mean, listen. So you mean tell me she can't sit in the back of the plane, but yet she can swallow things down her throat just fine? Okay. And swallow other things that ain't hers, but far be it for me to give an opinion. I swear to God, Bravo Nation would drag me to hell and back. But I feel like some Mama Bravo Nation would like to be like, you know what? Braylon says what needs to be said. Oh, my Lord Jesus. So, you know, fans bring up that Porsha was not at the wedding and, you know, Porsha wanted to clear things up. Then, you know, it's a lie fight. You lied about this, you lied about that. Then something about, you know, Porsha saying that Shamea's mom did something wrong. And then the clip eclipse happened, okay, in this preview. I kiss Candy at the club, you kiss Candy at the club. Huh? So was Shamea in the dungeon? Questions. We need answers. So then Ralph, you know, is delusional, as he is, to think that Dennis was true. Here's the thing. And maybe you and Porsha might be a match made in heaven because you're both selfish, you're both dumbasses, and you cannot seem to get out of your own fucking ass way. Okay. Y'all are both territorial, and y'all ain't got shit else going on. Like, bruh, like that's the music industry. So this really bothers my mind because I'm just like the big. So for example, Oprah Winfrey, she's done 25 years of the Oprah Winfrey Show. She's worked with CBS, she's worked with Apple, she's worked with this company, that company. Do you think that if everybody who worked for Oprah had Ralph's mindset that Oprah would be Oprah? No. A host is contacted for services by other production companies. Hello? Hell to the motherfucking low. Like, damn. Do you think that NBC gets upset when Andy Cohen hosts New Year's Eve with Anderson Cooper on CNN? No. Because he's a talent. Damn. And then Charles throws down with, I'm the only husband here. Where your husband's at? That needs to be a meme or a GIF. Because let me tell you something. If any one of my friends says if you ain't this, down the third, guess what? I'm the only one making it. The rest of y'all are struggling. If I send you that meme, if I'm the only one here, where your husband's at? I'm just saying, you want to talk about me? Where's your life at? Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 19, part 2 of the reunion after show. Child, did I cover everything? I think I did. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all you here now. Apparently, Porsha has put out some receipts. Okay. Let's get to it. Oh my Lord, we are live. And by the way, allegedly, Porsha has unfollowed Shamea after part 2 of the video.
Congratulations, I love you. Santa Sara, Kiki. The beautiful bride. Congratulations, I love you. Santa Sara, Kiki.
So I'm guessing that was African language there. So slide one, lie one. Oh, not slide one, lie one. Queen Shamea Mangani. I'm guessing she means queen in a joking sense. First wedding by her side as her bridesmaid. Location Atlanta, Georgia. Second wedding was an Africa reference interview. Breakfast Club AM. Shamea stated, I only had one wedding. Clearly she had 2. So that's slide 1. Lie 1.
Oh, got out, boys. My semi done got out flowers up in this mud. Look at these things. Okay, I like it. I love it. Oh, and you do it. And you do it. Ooh, and they smell so good. They smell so. Do it. You gotta, and when you get up, Pete, you get some flowers from your best friend. You get up, Pete, you get the flowers, and you then go in. Ooh.
You know, I swear to God, if my wife ever acts like that over some damn flowers and makes a rap out of it, I am going to have to go to Embassy Suites for the weekend. What the hell is wrong with, there's some flowers. You can go to Home Depot. You know what? I'm about to bring it up. You know what? Let me tell you where you can smell some flowers at. Good. No, we're not doing this shit. No, we're not doing this shit. I'm not doing it. No, not doing it. No, give me a moment. Cause no, why in the hell did you made a whole rap? Stomp on the yard, baby. Hey. What the hell is wrong with you? Here's where you can smell some flowers at. Roll it.
This season, let's do all kinds of color in all kinds of places. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Exactly. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. You could have saved your money and been doing more with your time. Going up and being able to have a whole section to smell all the roses. Gonna make a fucking rap over some damn roses. Shit. Okay. Back to the slides, child. It was just the why? What? Why? Just why? Slide two, lied to. I said Shamea Moore and Flowers to congratulate my bestie for her joining Roa. The video she made thanking me, followed by excited congratulatory phone call made to her, as well as a lengthy caption on Instagram post, 4 slides of peach photos of excitement celebrating Queen Morangi as a full-time housewife peach holder. Reference Candy interview. Shamea claimed Ali said a simple congratulations on the phone. Case closed. Fourth wall. P.S. Shamea Moore online again. Her latest post. She claims flowers were for her birthday with a card I sent on flowers clearly say love, congratulations Queen, for her being a peach. Let's keep rolling. So there's the peach photo shoot there, and there's the comment there. Okay, so right here, traditional marriage ceremony, that's number 1, customary wedding. This is often considered a wedding in many Kenyan cultures. It involves rituals like dowry payment, bride price, family introductions, and blessings. It's a respected form of marriage, even if it isn't legally registered with the government. May not include a white dress or church, but it's deeply rooted in culture. Wedding definition: a marriage ceremony, especially considered as including the associated celebrations. Going outside, sister Lulu. Go outside, sister Lulu. And you better not edit either my response to Shamea Moore smear campaign. Ooh, Porsha, you did that. Some friendships are just for a season, not a lifetime. Time is over and done. Eye roll emojis. Damn. You skip that waste of life comment. The real issue is Shamea waiting until she got screen time to bring up any qualms she had with Porsha. This could have all been this all could have rather and should have been handled off camera, concerning their friendships. Their daughters are really close. I'm sure they're gonna miss each other. This is sad. She's _ has the MVP kind of section here. I've always believed you, Porsha. Why not fix this behind closed doors? Everything does not have to be public, although it started in public. True, but here's the thing, though, Shantae, that's me. If you don't have an energy of being a solution, there ain't no point in being a solution, right? I ain't gonna lie, both of y'all tripping. It ain't that deep. Y'all ain't gotta do this for us. We don't want to see y'all fight. We want to see y'all go up together. It's not broken. It's not too broken to not mend, so fix it respectfully. Okay. Ariel 2539, very well said there. A lot of people, 6,748 likes there. I love a good proof of anything. Sad emoji from Shamika Bowery, so there is that there. Child, listen. So let's go over to our girl Millie Chun, because she's got some tea as well. Here we go.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. Baby, these two have got up early and got it started. So let's just get into it. Okay, the way we're gonna do this, I'm gonna read the part and then I'm going to give you the visual. So just ride with me. So Porsha says, hashtag RHOA, unseen receipts from reunion episode 2. Slide 1, lie number 1. Queen Shamea, her last name, first wedding, I'm by her side as bridesmaid. Location, Atlanta, Georgia. Second wedding was in Africa. Reference interview, Breakfast Club, Shamea stated, I only had one wedding, and clearly she had 2. So here is the photo of the picture where Porsha was at her wedding. Now, Shamea has done her rebuttal, so we're going to get into that also. All right, maybe we should just get into that so we can just put that together. Hold on, let's get into Shamea's. So Shamea is rebuttaling to the first thing that I read in the photo. She said, again, I had one wedding that took place in Nairobi, Kenya. What you attended was my dowry ceremony in my mom's backyard. We all together? Let's go to number 2. Okay, we have slide 2 and lie 2, according to Porsha. Allegedly, this is according to Porsha. I sent Shamea Morton flowers to congratulate my bestie for her joining RHOA. Her video she made thanking me, followed by an excited congratulatory phone call I made to her, as well as a lengthy caption on Instagram post, 4 slides of peach photos. For excitement, celebrating the queen as a full-time housewife and peach holder. Reference at Candy interview, Shamea claimed I only said a simple congratulations on the phone. Let's get into the visuals. So here are the flowers. Love and congratulations, queen. Let's go XOXO Porsha. Now this is a still shot of the video. The flowers were sitting over on the counter. Shamea was doing her Shamea, and she reached over and pulled the flowers close to her, and there was no sound on it, but this was the actual video. Okay, here is one of the slides. There were actually 4 slides Porsha post. This is from Porsha's page. I went and found it. She had this photo. She had one where she was facing the water. She had one where she was like leaning on a fence and laying, and then the last one she was laying on the sand. And this is saying a round of applause for my bestie for being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said, finally, let's get this show on the road and light these screens up. And she also said happy birthday to Shamea. Now this is what she did. Okay, here's Shamea's part 2. You sent flowers my birthday week just before we started filming. I'd had my peach for over a month. I only said we never celebrated. You can keep your fake receipts with your fake friendship.
Ooh! Hold on a second. Again, I had one wedding that took place in Nairobi, Kenya. What you attended was my dowry ceremony in my mom's backyard. Second, you sent flowers on my birthday week. Just before we started filming, I had my peach for over a month. So here's the thing, right? Let's talk about this. Just because you had your peach over a month doesn't mean shit, right? Because filming hadn't started yet. It hadn't aired yet. So until the season airs, your peach is shit, right? I mean, from the outside looking in, that's just my take though. How you keep your fake receipts with your fake ass friendship? Oh my lord, okay. Well. It's crazy how I can be considered your lapdog for riding so hard for you, but at the same time, you say I was trying to sabotage you. Make it make sense. Since I got my peach, you've been trying to find a reason to end this friendship. You're unbelievable. Wow, you really think Porsha would end your friendship over a peach? I mean, there's worse things to end a friendship over. Believe me. But sincerely, like, what the hell? Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Then she goes on to say it's crazy how she consider how I could be considered a lapdog for riding for Porsha. But at the same time, Porsha saying that Shamea is trying to sabotage her. She said, make it make sense. She said, since I got my peach, you've been trying to find a reason to end this friendship. You're unbelievable. Do you agree with that? Do you think that Porsha wants a friendship? Now, Porsha sat on that stage and said that, they're not in a good place. But then she said, Shamea, I love you. Like she said, you're my best friend. I love you. And that could be true at the same time. You can definitely love somebody and not fool with them all together, wrapped up in one.
Yep.
That's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Then down here, Porsha says case closed, and then she comes back with a PS. As Shamea Morton, lying again in her latest post, she claims flowers were for her birthday when the card I sent on flowers clearly say, love and congratulations, queen, for her getting a peach. Let's go back, look at the visual. So it clearly says, love and congratulations, queen. Let's go. XOXO Porsha. And Porsha also said, let's go under those 4 slides that she made for Shamea. So here's this. Okay, I don't know why I don't have on here after Porsha says case closed, hashtag fourth wall, hashtag RHOA, and then we talked about the PS, and then she has some stuff right here for the traditional. I'm going to read you that, and then we're going to get to the wedding definition. So she says traditional marriage ceremony, customary wedding. This is often considered a wedding in many Kenyan cultures, involves rituals like dowry payment, bride price, family introductions and blessings. It's respected form of marriage, even if it isn't legal, registered with the government. And then it says, may not include a white dress or church, but is deeply rooted in culture. And then she goes on down here with this wedding definition. A marriage ceremony especially considered as including the associated celebrations, going out, sad sis, delulu, going out, sad sis, delulu. And she said, you better not edit it either.
Now, I will say this, right? The only reason why I know about, this is because there's a show called 90 Day Fiance where, dowries and, arranged marriages and all that stuff. Child, Porsha and Shamea could be on 90 Day Fiance. But I will say this. A TLC check is different than a Bravo check. You understand? But listen, that's neither here nor there. I just find it all silly. Like, do you care about the friendship or not? Right? I feel like that's the big thing. And it does look like those receipts are received to me. So, by the way, shout out to the 10 people that were here. Thank you so much. The 6 people that are here now. Thank you so much for being here.
My response to Shamar smear campaign. Let me hold on. So maybe it was edited a little bit. Hold on. And I see why Porsha said you better not edit it either. Because, hold on, this was clearly edited because it doesn't have the breakdown of the weddings. But we're about to get into that. Let's go. So she goes on down here to describe what a traditional marriage ceremony is. Customary wedding. She said this is often considered a wedding in many Kenyan cultures, involves rituals like dowry payments, that's the bride's price, family introductions and blessings. It's a respected form of marriage, even if it isn't legal, registered with the government, and may not include a white dress or church, but is deeply rooted in culture. And then she goes on to talk about the wedding definition. A marriage ceremony, especially considered as including the associated celebrations, going out sad sis, delulu, going out sad sis, delulu. Then she said, you better not edit it either. She said, my response to Shamea Morton smear campaign. Okay.
Never get enough, that's what I want, yeah.
That looks like a good time.
So what are y'all thinking about the girls right now? Do you think Porsha is all the way right? Do you think Shamea looks like she could be right? Are you on Shamea's side? Are you on Porsha's side? Like, what do you think? But then Shamea's not done. It's not just Porsha. Drew's up next, okay? And to the person who said she comes to my page to see what I'm going to say about Drew because she feels like I HATE her, I don't. But Shamea got something to say. Let's get into it.
Wait a minute. Billy Church was like, hold up, shorty. Hold up, ish. No. Wrong combination code. That does not open this door. Okay, listen. I do not hate Drew. I love me some Millie Chun TV. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to that beautiful sister there. Okay, here we go.
So Drew made this post, right? She got her purse from Bergdorf Goodman. She added Shamea, hashtag receipts. Hold on, let me make it bigger so you can see. Okay, so this is from Bergdorf's, and of course she has her personal information covered. So the purse was $5,795.
How much? I know you. $5,795. $5,000. I'm $5,000. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I just had a black moment. Because I don't have $5,795. So that was on one item. Okay. All right. Let's roll on. Okay.
Number one. So she ended up paying $6,142.70 with tax. And this is the name of the bag right here. It is Judith Lieber Couture Cosmopolitan Martini Clutch. Okay. These are Drew's posts. This is Drew's receipts. She added who she needed to add it. Hashtag receipts. Look what Shamea had to say. So Shamea said, at Drew Sidor with them fake receipts. It was a nice bag, sis. As you can see, I have the knockoff version as well. Now, this is the real bag on the right. And this is what Shamea is saying is Drew's fake bag. Now, I can see some differences. You know, in the real bag, it's dark at the bottom of the glass and it gets lighter as it goes to the top. And it doesn't seem like the crystals on this bag are spilling over like the crystals on this bag. I don't have either one. And for $5,000, a bag that I can't put nothing but a lip gloss in, a mini one at that, I can't even put my license in here, I don't think, unless it go. I would never buy this. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, look at the crystals on the handle. What do y'all think? Child, they got with it this morning. This is how we're going to start our Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. Y'all, let's get in the comments and talk about it. It's your girl, Millie Chun. Bye.
Bye, Millie. Like, comment, share, subscribe to Millie Chun. She was so real, like, you know what? I can't. Nope. I can't even put a lip gloss in it. I cannot. So, of course, the one and only Anonymous T, she also had things to say. So let's watch her as well. Here we go.
Porsha just exposed Shamea, y'all. It's not about like or dislike. It is about right and wrong. It is about who's got the receipts, who's got the facts, and everything else, you boys. And Porsha has just destroyed Shamea. On the socials. We got to talk about it. So Porsha posted on the Instagrammies her receipts of, all of the things that is invalidating the foolishness that Shamea had been pushing on the internet. And it's clear as day that there was a takedown attempt. It's clear as day. So Porsha posts like a few slides on the Instagrammies. It says slide 1/lie 1, Queen Shamea's first wedding. I'm by her side as a bridesmaid. Location Atlanta, Georgia. Second wedding was in Africa. Reference interview Breakfast Club in the morning, where Shamea stated that I only had one wedding, and clearly she had two. And I thought this was known knowledge, right? I thought we knew that there was a wedding that took place in Atlanta and that there was a wedding that took place in Kenya. Like I'm confused at this whole Porsha didn't go to my wedding. Well, technically she did. She just didn't go to the one that was in Kenya.
And as we all know, there's a reason for that, right? Like, I've never been to a wedding of another culture. Never been. Would love to go sometime. I'm available. I'm a good time. Anyway, moving on. But sincerely, if you cannot make it to Kenya, even with Porsha Williams' money, you're going to come to the wedding that you can. So if you had two weddings, But then you say you lie and had one, you a liar. Point blank at the period. Let's roll on.
Then slide number 2, lie 2. Porsha says, I sent Shamea flowers to congratulate my bestie for her joining Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her video she made thanking me, which Porsha included as well, followed by an excited congratulatory phone call I made to her, as well as a lengthy caption on Instagram post, 4 slides of peach photos, and an excitement celebrating her as a full-time housewife and peach holder. And then she references Candy's interview where Shamea claimed that Porsha had only said a simple congratulations on the phone. And so Porsha says, case closed, heart emoji, 4th wall. And this is my thing. It's like, it was clear to me that, you know, Shamea had a separate agenda. And it was weird that this separate agenda was happening and that it was being pushed like this, because I'm like, wouldn't you want to come into, you're finally a peach holder, wouldn't you want to showcase your friendship and you being besties with Porsha? But right off the rip, you're filming scenes with Britt and Kelli that have got messy stuff to say about Porsha. And we really didn't see too many Shamea and Porsha scenes. And we maybe seen them like once or twice. We saw it where they were at that one club. And we saw them at the putt-putt outing. And then, of course, we saw them at the dinner where everything at that point, it was already done. It was already done, so. But I just don't understand what Shamea's thought process was in doing this, because this made zero sense. It was just giving you felt away all this time, Shamea, and you wanted to wait until you became a peach holder to finally air out your grievances. It's clear as day to me that Candy doesn't like Porsha. And Candy can have that right to not like Porsha, but my problem is, don't be fake and phony at all these events and posting Porsha and all of this and all of that if you and Shamea allegedly are secretly gossiping about her this entire time.
So I agree, I disagree. I love me some anonymous tea, as y'all know. Like, comment, share, subscribe to that beautiful system. I can listen to that voice all day. You know what? Anonymous T reminds me of Fran Drescher, but like, you know, Fran Fine from The Nanny, one of the most iconic, you know, sitcom characters ever, right? So it's all love over here for sure. And obviously is also a fan of me as well. She said that, you know, in one of my videos. No, actually, she actually said that her comment section, because I comment on one of her videos. Anyway, with that being said, I agree and disagree. I agree for the fact of, if you and Shamea don't like Porsha, you should not talk about her. However, right, they're all a part of the Roa family. So even though Candy's not a part of Roa anymore, even though she's getting the Lifetime Achievement Award at BravoCon, posting Porsha, posting the ladies, is good social capital. And not to mention too, you know, Candy has been asked questions right about the season of Roa, and she said that, you know, I'm not on the show this season, but I'm always going to root for that show because that was my home, right? So, you know, you do have to go along to get along sometimes. So I agree and disagree, but I also see Anonymous T's point of, you don't like somebody, then be all the way about it. Don't just, you know, not like them because it gets you clout with the fans. But I see what she's saying.
This whole time. And now I understand why Porsha felt uneasy about the Candy and Shamea friendship, because she knows how Shamea moves. She knows how Shamea conducts herself, which is, it's giving somebody, if you do not give Shamea the attention that she is seeking, she goes immediately behind your back to anybody who is listening and bashes you and says all of this stuff about you or whatever.
So if you don't fall in line, Shamea will get big mad at other people. And then because of her own consequences, she'll delete herself because she couldn't follow community guidelines with the people in her circle. Got it. Moving on.
Else and plays the victim.
Oh, not
there. You got people in Portia's comments talking about, I owe you an apology, Porsha. I had no idea Shamea was lying like this. And it's just crazy.
Apology? They didn't know Shamea lied like that after the receipts have been dropped? But people still believe in the bullshit? That don't happen. That don't, where does that happen? Oh my Lord, I'm trying to. Let's roll on.
Crazy, man. So it's just really crazy that there were so many people who hated Porsha that they refused to believe that Shamea was trying to orchestrate this setup to allegedly take down her best friend. And Porsha clocked it. Porsha clocked that Shamea was probably hoping on the fans that, you know, Porsha received backlash from in the past, whether it's in regards to her marriage to her ex Simon, whether it's in regards to her spinoff show, whether it's in regards to previous issues that Porsha has had with other housewives, that they were banking on more people hating Porsha, that they can slide in and be the top peach holder, that they can slide in and be the star of the show. And this completely backfired. This completely flopped. I always say the cover-up is worse than the crime. Maybe this is why Angela Oakley had it clocked and kept calling Shamea Shamina.
You know, I did say this a while back. Is it shade if it's the truth? Let's roll on. Shout to raise your voices out of it. Beautiful representation, right?
Because this is mean girl behavior. I would never do this to somebody who allegedly is supposed to be my bestie. Because a real bestie would talk to you one-on-one, woman to woman, if there was a real issue. Yep. And according to Shamea, she claimed initially in the earlier episodes that her and Porsha had resolved all of their issues. So why is it being brought up again in topics of conversation with Drew Sidora and Angela Oakley? Why is it being brought up again in conversations with Kelli and interactions with Britt and all of these other people? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It looks like Shamea did not come into this season with a pure heart. It's giving that she had her own agenda. She had her own agenda to take down Porsha, to find a way. Maybe her, Candy, and Kenya were thinking that they could run Porsha off the show, allegedly, and then that could bring back in Candy. They were not anticipating Kenya not being on the show anymore, and they were not.
But also, too, I mean, in order for Candy to come back, she would have to have the will and the desire and the space to want to come back. And Candy recently said it'll never say never, but it's probably not going to happen. So, and since Candy is in charge of her destiny, it's not going to happen.
Not anticipating Phaedra Parks coming back. But all of this is not a good first season for a peach holder for Shamea. And it's crazy to me that she is doing all this foolishness and she is flopping hard. But why would you do this to somebody who allegedly is supposed to be your best friend? And as much as people wanted to drag Mama Diane for saying, be careful with the dog who has the bone, be careful with the person who is running back information and everything else, her mom had Shamea clocked. Her mom had Shamea clocked, and we got to talk about it. Mama Diane was right. Mama Diane was right because she understood what was going on. How is it that you were in the presence of all these people that got something to say about Porsha, but then you're trying to bring it back like you defended her and had her back, only for things to come out later on at these other meetings or at these other off-camera sessions, you actually were feeding into the gossip as well. You actually were not being a bestie to Porsha as well. And when the camera stopped rolling, that was when you wanted to push your own agenda. And according to Drew Sidora, having your own type of peaky square alliances and everything else. Why would Porsha want to be a part of an alliance with Britt, Edie, and Kelli, who basically came in hot with her, basically saying, I don't want her around my husband and everything else.
Now, hang on one damn second. Kelli just said the quiet part out loud that everybody else has been saying. I mean, even Simon said that he got targeted. So Porsha did steal somebody's husband. Now, Miss T, listen, I love you. But like, come on now. Kelli did not do anything wrong. Like, good damn. Like, sincerely, like, what it is, Porsha's a public figure. That was talked about. What the hell? What the hell? What the crazy? Rolling on.
How would you have an alliance with somebody like that who thinks that way about you? Like make it make sense. It made zero sense as far as I'm concerned. But you know, and again, some people are like, you know, you guys shouldn't, you know, ruin your friendship for the cameras. Listen, it was already damaged before the show happened, y'all. It was already damaged before the show happened because they weren't even on good terms, you know, or really speaking like that until shortly after Porsha got on Real Housewives of Atlanta the first time. So that tells me right then and there what this is about. That Shamea saw an opportunity to become famous and get all this notoriety and everything else, and wanted what Porsha had. Y'all want to push the narrative, oh, Porsha's jealous of Shamea. No. I don't think she is. I think Shamea is jealous of the fanfare that Porsha has. But here's the thing. You have to have what it takes to be a star on these housewife shows. And you can't just try to set up your alleged bestie in order to, you know, take the throne. That's not how this works. So nonetheless, this has completely backfired. Porsha has receipts upon receipts on her Instagrammies that she wasn't Shamea's wedding. Shamea had multiple weddings, just like Porsha had multiple weddings when she married Simon. Porsha did, not only congratulate Shamea, sent her flowers, did a whole social media post celebrating her and everything else. However, Shamea made it seem like on the show, towards Kenny, towards whomever, Porsha really wasn't happy that I was a peach holder. Porsha, really didn't want me to be on this show, da-da-da-da-da. Then why would she have you a part of the show and everything else, and as a friend of, for all of these seasons, if she didn't want anything to do with you, if she didn't want you to have this platform? But it is clear as day to me that you wanted to have the peach holder position to take down your bestie, and that's not going to work considering how much Porsha is loved by Bravo and NBC Universal. And how Porsha...
Now that is true. That is very true. Even though NBC Universal, y'all, were dumb as fuck for giving Porsha a scripted deal because she can't act for shit. She's not an actress. She's not. She is not. You would have been better off giving that to Kim Fields, who is a actress, who is a legend in acting. There was a show called Living Single that was on NBC. But that one right there got a scripted deal. Garcelle Bouvet could have gotten it. You should have gave it to Garcelle. That's a better person. Not saying over Kim Fields. Kim Fields is, a bit higher than Garcelle Bouvet. But still, both of them are actresses. Porsha is not. But NBC Universal does love Porsha. So I will have to say that, child. Let's roll.
Porsha was just on the Traders, how Porsha has a brand deal with a tequila company, and how hard Bravo and NBC Universal are pushing her and pushing Phaedra. Maybe they do have, we have to keep it a buck. People think that, Phaedra and Portia's frickin' frack thing, that it's a friendship of convenience or it's an alliance of convenience or whatever else. But I'll say this, at least they understand the bigger picture as it pertains to the show. they understand that they make more money and they're more successful as friends, as besties, as whatever, than trying to tear each other down and, you know, tear each other apart and go closet each other and everything else. Shamea has not understood the assignment at all. She thought, okay, we can all take down Porsha. That's why Angela Oakley backed off. At some point, Angela Oakley backed off and realized it was not trying to be a part of a Porsha takedown event. However, Shamea and Kelli have not got the memo that it was not a good idea to attempt to do this because Porsha had receipts to expose y'all. Make it make sense. So there's that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe to that video there. And like I told y'all before, Zadora, the designer came into the...
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
The designer came into the comment section and commented there. So yes, indeed. Here, all right, here we go with this video here. Here we go.
Literally just premiered my video of Porsha airing out Shamea and posting her receipt roll. Well, this thing has escalated because Shamea has responded as well as Porsha has responded. So Shamea has said the following in response. She said she taxed Porsha again. I had one wedding that took place in Nairobi, Kenya. What you attended was my dowry ceremony in my mom's backyard. Second, you sent flowers my birthday week just before we started filming. I'd had my peach for over a month. I only said we never celebrated. You can keep your fake receipts with your fake ASS friendship. It's crazy how I can be considered your lapdog for writing so hard for you, but at the same time, you say I was trying to sabotage you. Make it make sense. Since I got my peach, you've been trying to find a reason to end this friendship. You're unbelievable. So then Porsha responds, P.S. tags Shamea Morgan. Tag Shamea Morgan in her Instagram stories, lying again in her latest post. She claims flowers were for her birthday when the card I sent on flowers was clearly saying congratulations. Going out sad, sis Delulu, and you better not edit it either. Yeah, why would you send birthday flowers that say congratulations?
Yeah, I will say that don't make no sense at all. Why would you do that? Like, a happy birthday is a happy birthday. Congratulations is a congratulations. That makes no sense.
Wait a second, you guys. Like for all intents and purposes, have you ever received birthday flowers that said congratulations?
Nope.
Like what are we doing?
I mean, I've never gotten birthday flowers before, but if I were ever to get some, I know it's going to say happy birthday on it.
Okay, so then you guys, since, Shamea wants to diminish her, celebration in Atlanta and everything else, it's just a dowry ceremony and all of that, Porsha then posts the dictionary version of what a wedding is. A marriage ceremony, especially considered as including the associated celebrations, such as number 1, a traditional marriage ceremony, customary wedding. This is often considered a wedding in many Kenyan cultures. It involves rituals like a dowry payment, bride price, family introductions, and blessings. It is a respected form of marriage, even though it isn't legally registered with the government, may not include a white dress or a church, but is deeply rooted in culture. This is a mess, you guys. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. And, and so then Porsha then says, she tagged me again. Like I said, I was happy to be in your first wedding with kissing emojis. My question to Shamea is this. She claims that it is Porsha that is trying to find reasons to end the friendship, but it's been Shamea that has been exposed this season that has been allegedly running her mouth to all of these former and current housewives. It has been Shamea that has been exposed by Angela Oakley and Drew Sidora and Britt Edie. And technically Kelli, even though Kelli will never admit it because she's currently Shamea's lapdog. But Shamea has been two-faced this entire time.
Yep.
She has been absolutely two-faced this entire time. Porsha didn't know that there was an issue with her alleged best friend until Angela Oakley put her up on game and until Britt Edie also put Porsha up on game.
Yes.
And I don't understand why Shamea went on a press tour basically saying that, you know, her and Porsha weren't good, going on this press tour, that Porsha did all of these.
And I'll say this is making Porsha look smart, which I can't believe I just said that. That is not a win for you, Porsha. It's not. Because I'm still pissed the fuck off at you for trying to get at Tamron Hall when you on the Breakfast Club saying that Tamron is, you know, about hidden mess, when she has done journalism for over 2 decades and she's got her own talk show. Okay. All right. You, the one, went on her show and you got big mad because she asked you a question about you stealing potentially somebody's husband. And then you called yourself a journalist. So it doesn't absolve you of that dumb shit. But I will say this does make Porsha look smart. Porsha is a lot smarter than she looks. We're just not really saying shit because Jill Scott is better looking than Porsha Williams. And you put Porsha Williams in a circle and you put Jill Scott in a circle and you ask the men who they would like to go on a date with, that circle be filled for Jill Scott before Porsha Williams any day of the week that ends in Y. That's their motherfucking day. Moving on.
These things and everything else. You got Candy going on her Amazon Live saying that Porsha and Shamea aren't good and everything else. Only for Drew Sidora to expose in her interview, as well as Angela Oakley to expose in her interview, that Shamea had been plotting. And that as long as the cameras were not showing Shamea plotting, that was going to be good. That basically Shamea knew if it didn't show up on camera that Shamea was being messy, if it didn't show up that she secretly was trying to have these alliances to take Porsha down, then you can make Porsha look like she's the liar. And Shamea can just cry on camera and just play victim and make it seem like it's Porsha that has the issue with her. No. And this is what I'm saying. These new peach holders, y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. Y'all are supposed to be showing us y'all lives. Yep. Y'all are supposed to be showing us, you know, what makes you a great housewife, what makes you a great peach holder. But trying to suck yourself down and trying to beef with Porsha and trying to take down Porsha, it is a no. It is an absolute no, you guys. Like, it is an old and it's a tired thing, right? Oh, let's take down, you know, the person who has been the longest tenured, or let's take down the highest paid housewife or whatever else. And it never ends well. It never ends well, you guys. But nonetheless, I don't understand Shamea's angle right now. How Shamea's not trying to act like she hasn't been a part of the sabotage plan this entire time. And again, Shamea is still referencing in her post, she wants some type of former celebration that she was a peach holder. So
here's the thing, right? You want a celebration for the fact that you are finally a peach holder? Okay, now listen. I feel like this, right? A celebration would be overcoming cancer, right? A celebration would be a birthday party. A celebration would be a wedding anniversary. Maybe one of your kids has a birthday, or maybe one of your kids got or something. Maybe your parents' anniversary, right? Maybe you getting a business deal. That's a celebration, right? But this is ridiculous. Like, you want Porsha to like throw you a big soiree with a, peach carpet and, a peach themed menu and just, you got a job. Congratulations. Now, Brainley's virtual tour gets on TV, for example, if Brainley's virtual tour live right here gets on to see me, you, we're going to have a damn celebration. But that's different, though, because I've worked hard to get Brainley's virtual tour live or Brainley's virtual tour onto Netflix or onto a platform. That's different than you being best friends with somebody and a friend up for years, and they finally was like, you know what, we'll give it to you. Those are two completely different things. So no, that's not how that works. No.
But what does she want Porsha to do besides Porsha sending flowers, besides Porsha doing a post for her, besides Porsha calling and congratulating her and sending her text messages? What more did she want Porsha to do? Did she want Porsha to throw her a party for her becoming a peach holder? Did she want Porsha to take her on a trip somewhere, like for becoming a peach holder? Like I'm confused. And what's crazy about all of this is that Bravo had promoted y'all friendship, had promoted y'all being besties.
Yes.
And we barely saw y'all film together this season.
Franklin University makes it possible.
Be unstoppable with a master's degree from Franklin University as the top choice for over 10,000 busy adults.
It always felt off, like something else was going on behind the scenes to where y'all were not really interacting like that to begin with. And now it comes out that allegedly Shamea's been plotting to take Porsha down, but Shamea, you need to be figuring out what you told Angela Oakley in confidence and what you told Drew Sidora in confidence and what you told Britt in confidence and everything else, because that should be the root of where you need to start. Your issue is not with Porsha, actually. Your issue is you do want to be the star that Porsha has in the fanfare and everything else that Porsha has with this show. But your issue needs to be some conversations with Angela Oakley and Drew Sidora as far as y'all need to get whatever lies sorted out that was said. But it sounds like to me, Drew Sidora and Angela Oakley had you clocked, which is why Angela Oakley kept calling you Shamina. Like, make it make sense? Make it make sense. The same Shamea who said she was not going to get into a social media back and forth with people. She was going to stay off of social media and everything else. No. Shamea is getting right down into the dumps, and I am here for all of it. Why is Carlos King in the comments talking about he's going to add this to his agenda for tonight? No. What? See, this is what should have been on the show, right? Is y'all really having a roll back and forth, but nonetheless, you know, Shamea, and this is the issue too. Shamea now is trying to get on the internet and trying to quote unquote clap back because she is getting dragged every single place that you can look as far as her flopping at this reunion, as the plot to take down Porsha has officially failed, and she's trying to save face. But the problem is people have already lost trust and belief in Shamea. So this is going to go nowhere. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.
Thank you, gorgeous. I like how her. Now, here is all true tea right here. Judith Lieber stepped into the chat and confirmed that Drew's bag is hers, right? Right here. From Hot Thick Chick, ain't mad at that username, rather. Does this bag belong to you, to Judith Lieber, or Shop Akira? I bet these pics are going to be gone before the sun comes up. Hot Thick Chick 1. This is the Judith Lieber Hot Couture Martini Cosmopolitan bag. This is getting more embarrassing. Shamea, put down your phone and enjoy your anniversary. Yikes. Case dismissed with prejudice, rather. Game, set, match. Shamea, give it up, beloved. The difference being messy and don't know the difference between or and are. Is crazy. I don't need to. Any more comments? Shamea, just take the L, enjoy your vacay. Dang, I guess that sells that. Not Drew Sidora in the charization. really, we're having this conversation when Theo's gone. That part. Well, that clears out. Shamea went outside. Oops, the designer has spoken. Or, the CEO entered the chat. Shamea Moore and Porsha for real and her team baby daddy, Phaedra Parks and Kelli all came for Drew this season. They were like the ATL Avengers and loud labels, not loud labels, child. Oh my God. And she gathered them like Infinity Stones all about her and husband in a message divorce. This is her franchise. Bravo needs to show her more respect. Let's see what the 3 comments are. You're shading someone from a fan page. But here's the thing, though, DC Politics. She did not tell one lie. So I will add, let's see here. When did Phaedra come for Drew? Drew hasn't gathered anyone. She has absolutely no presence of star power about her. That's why they put her at the end of the couch. But see, here's the thing, Sierra content, right? Like, what are your credentials? See, this is the problem. Now, I hate to do this. Okay, so you got 6,000, right? 6,116 followers. Okay, wow. Hang on, let's see. So let's look up Drew Sidora, right? Let's look up Drew Sidora. Because I don't like it when people feel like they're somebody when they're nothing. So Sierra, right? The Sierra effect, right? Or Sierra content. This is Sierra content. This is a fan account for Sierra, okay? Now, 6,116 followers, rather. Not bad. Here's Drew Sidora. Who are you talking about? She doesn't have any star power, but yes, she mollywops you and followers on Instagram. The fuck wrong with you? Like, idiots are running amok out here. Y'all gotta be careful. Don't get that big D spray though, because that stands for delusional. In case you did not know. Let's see here. Shamea Moore, let's get that public apology to Drew Sidora expeditiously, not expeditiously. And then right here, 2 hours ago, Shamea Moore, and take this L. Can we please move forward, please? Laughing emojis. My goodness, I'm gonna need Shamea to hand me her phone, laptop, and computer. Oh my Lord, Drew is in her grown woman era. Composure. I refuse to believe Shamea was working alone because she was so sure the back was fake. Why would she ride so hard to embarrass Drew? Now she's left holding the back. Pun intended. Guilt. Source Shamea. Shamea just logged off. Yes, stay with the receipts, Drew Sidora. She carried this season, and she did. She did. Y'all, that's the show. I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we done the whole show for an hour. Yes, we have. Woo, what a show, child. What a show, what a show, what a show, what a show, what a show. Man, and part 3 is next week. Well, I mean, I'll say this. It's been interesting this season. It's been very interesting this season. I think that at this point, everybody's ready for the season to be over with, right? Everybody. I do mean everybody's ready for the season to be over with. And I think that hopefully it's a longer break, you know what I mean, for Roa. And hopefully they'll come back better. But we shall see, though. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. So we'll chill out here until maybe 1 hour and 45 minutes, and then I'll give y'all the daily motivator, and then we'll head on out. Yes, indeed. 3 people in the building. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Had a good time this morning with Brandon's Virtual Tour Live. And then, of course, the sad passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner happened today. And we talked about that. And also we talked about some other things that need to be said as well. Like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. So, yeah, a lot going on. A lot going on here. 5 people in the building. Thank you all so much. Yes, indeed. 6 people in the building now. Wow, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Let me get the daily motivator up for y'all, and then we'll head on out here. All right, y'all, here we go. It's time for the daily motivator. I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun. Thomas Alva Edison. Brother, I'm trying to get there myself. Here we go. It's time for the daily motivator for Monday, July 21st, 2025. Write it down. How many ideas have quickly come to you and then forever depart just as quickly? When a useful creative thought strikes you, write it down. If you can't write it down the moment, find another way to preserve it in your memory until you have the chance to record it. Talk about it to yourself or someone else. Mentally associate with something highly meaningful to you. The most of the thousands of thoughts that pass through your awareness each day are rather routine and not worth preserving. Yet amongst those thoughts are some really good ones that could deliver great benefits. Develop for yourself a systematic way of capturing and then reviewing those good thoughts. There's a reason they come to you. It's smart to hang on to them. Don't needlessly frustrate yourself by assuming you'll remember and then promptly forgetting. Instead, rather discipline yourself to lock in those useful thoughts so you'll be able to later expand on them. Everything anyone ever accomplished start with a thought. Take care of all the opportunities for accomplishment that come in the thoughts you think by writing them down. Ralph Lauren said, you know what? I fully agree with that. I cannot tell you how many plans I have written down just to have them preserved, because I do believe that creativity is like electricity. You know, I mean, when you turn off electricity, you can't see nothing, right? You can't see with light. You can't turn on your phone. You can't turn on your fan. You can't turn on your TV, nothing. So remember, thoughts are electricity. That's the first thing. The second thing I'll tell you is when you write down an idea, recognize not every idea is going to be a good idea, but that's okay though. Because I feel like this, if every idea was a good idea, then what's the point of creativity? That's the second thing I'll tell you. And then finally, when it comes to this daily motivator here, everything anyone accomplished started with a thought. This world has been created off thoughts that were made into products and services, and here we are. So if you think your thought isn't good, there were a lot of thoughts that were failures before there were successes. All right. And with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the show. Know what you do what you know. Never say you weren't born special. You are always born of us and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be, doing what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we're be great together. And always remember where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're just recognizing that, listen, just because you deserve the world doesn't mean the world's going to be given to you, Shamea. Make sure the replay is not just worth for you to watch it, not just worth for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, or see love you got given, or see love you got given, or see love you got given. Where obstacles you overcome, where successes you have achieved upon this particular day. I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And listen, next week, you know, Charles is going to come through and be a husband. I will say this, after anything and everything could be said this season, I feel like Charles has the right to just go off. Okay. And by the way, Porsha, when he said, where y'all husbands at? You know, that also includes your ass too, right? All right, y'all. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us as a society, as people, as culture. I feel the love and send it right back to you. Positive crash outs, lost content creator, like, comment, share, subscribe to her. One love, much love, all love. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.